Alright, guys. Time to make some power pancakes. Y'all are in the kitchen with the hiking lion. Alright, Pancake Thursday. Pancake Thursday. It's time for some pancakes. Y'all are hanging in the kitchen with the hiking lion. Hit it with a little bit of vanilla right there. You're gonna drop an egg into the Ninja Blender cup. Alrighty, what else can we add in here? We got our vanilla. We got our egg. We got our milk right here. We're gonna add about 4 ounces of milk to start with. So let that about right there. 4 ounces of milk. Alrighty. Now, this is one of the secret ingredients. It's a little bit of sour cream right here. Got a little bit of that sour cream in there. Start putting some of this stuff away. Alrighty now. We have a little bit of milk, sour cream, also an egg. We're also going to put a little bit of maple syrup in here. The power pancakes now, so a little bit of maple syrup, maybe about 1 ounce for the antioxidants. Get you some of that maple syrup antioxidants. Alright, we got vanilla, maple syrup, an egg in here. Secret ingredient, a little bit of sour cream. Let's give that a little blend, y'all. Woo. Little pulse. To break up the sour cream in the egg, that should be enough. You don't want to blend it too much, or else that egg will start to get whipped up. Now, so that we can measure, so that everybody knows. Power pancakes, y'all. Sonia, how's it going? Chantel, thank you for the shout out. Alright, we're gonna come about 3/4 of a cup of flour. We'll go with 100 grams-ish. Now we'll do a little bit of salt. Just a sprinkle. We're gonna go with the cinnamon. Maybe a couple grams of cinnamon. Now some of the key ingredients here. So 3/4 of a cup of flour-ish, 100 grams. We're gonna go about 1/2 teaspoon, or 2.5 grams right there of baking powder. Thank you for the likes, guys. Welcome to the kitchen. We're making some power pancakes. And whatever we use the baking powder, usually I do about 1/2 of the baking soda. So maybe 1/4 teaspoon. Probably won't even register. Alrighty. That was the important stuff. That will give us some fluffy pancakes right there. Let's give it a stir. Thank you, guys. Welcome, welcome. Now this was going to start to make them a little bit of power. We're going to add a little bit of oats in here. Oh, the pan is smoking. That means that's hot enough. We'll take it off the heat. Put it on low. Turn that down a little bit. Now we're only going to do about maybe 1/4, like less, I mean just a little bit. Looks like about 8 grams of oats. Another one of the race fuel of the tarahumara, some chia seeds. We're gonna do about, let's see here, 5 grams maybe. It's like a tablespoon or so. Just trying to heat down. Then we have our sugar right here, some nice cane sugar. We'll just add a couple grams. We're not going to use syrup. Now these are a snack for my kid. Yeah, maybe like 5 grams of sugar in total. She'll only eat like one of these pancakes. She's about 2. She's going to be 2 soon. So in here we have our egg, our milk, also a little bit of sour cream and vanilla. So now let's give this a quick stir just to incorporate all the ingredients. I started with about 4 ounces of milk inside the cup, and I just pulsated it for a little bit. Remember to subscribe and like, guys. And so yeah, let's just throw this right on in there. We'll grab a spoon, start stirring. Now I've had pretty good luck in the past just eyeballing this. Honestly, I think I might have gotten a little too thick this time, but we're going to try it out. You might need to put a little bit more flour in here. Now, because it has chia seeds and oats in here, the longer it sits, the thicker it'll get, just like it's doing right now. No, I think that's going to be perfect right there. Now remember, with pancakes, the more bubbles, the better. Now I'm going to put in a little secret ingredient right here now. We got a little bit of pinole. That smells really good. Oh wait, no. That's just our regular masa. Our pinole is right here. This right here is roasted cornmeal, and it's also one of the race fuels of the tarahumara. Now this is made from, it smells wonderful. Let's put a little bit of this in here. There we go. Now, as this is sat, it's gotten a little bit thicker, so we're just going to put a little bit of water in here. Maybe just about a ½ ounce. Maybe a little bit more. Round it out with about 1 ounce of water. Got a little bit of pancake mix in my glasses now. I'm going to splash that on y'all. Feel free to ask any questions. Tell me where you're from, guys. Let me know what sets your soul on fire. And wipe some of this pancake mix off my... Whoa. Amateur hour. Alright. Now I had a little bit of coconut oil in there. I seasoned it with a little bit of coconut oil earlier. Now we're going to let this come back up to temperature. And as that heats up, let's do a little recap of our power pancake mix. We have chia seeds, a little bit of a peanut butter powder. We got it in bulk. Oh, my goodness. We almost forgot the most important ingredient. These semi-sweet chocolate chips. Not too much, maybe just a tablespoon to start with. Inside of the blender, I pulsated a little bit of sour cream, milk, and egg. Also, just a little bit of maple syrup. Slider, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in, guys. A little bit of maple syrup for the antioxidants and the sweetness. Again, this is just a snack for my toddler. And we're not going to put syrup on these. They're just going to be dry. That's why you put a little bit of the maple syrup inside of the mix. Let's see. We're not getting much of a smoking effect yet. So this pan is a little too cold. So while we wait for that, If you guys have any questions, I'm here. This is a hiking adventure slash cooking slash everything. Where do you learn to cook? During the pandemic, I could not afford to go out and eat anymore. Obviously, I'm a bartender, so I got furloughed from a bunch of jobs. So I had to go to the international market. It was one of the few places that still had toilet paper back in Indianapolis. And man, I just got raw ingredients. I could afford a bag of flour, a bag of masa, some cornmeal. And I just started, just cooking in the kitchen. And at a certain point, I could literally only afford radishes, canned beans, the most basic of stuff. And I just started looking up recipes, would drink a bottle of wine. I don't drink anymore, by the way, but I would just experiment in the kitchen. Fast forward like 5 years, and here we are, right? COVID's crazy. Ooh, this butter browned a little bit. That's how you know it's good to go. Actually, I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit. Alright, let's drop some of this on there. We're looking for about 5 inches or so to start with. Thank you. Thank you, Chantel. Appreciate it. Alright. You know what we forgot to put in here? I was going to blend in a little bit of banana. So next time, these are going to be choco banana pancakes. Man, that's a shame. I almost want to incorporate it in there. Should we? Maybe we should. Why not? YOLO. Put a little bit of banana in here. Maybe we'll blend some up. Just a couple ounces. Give it a little pre-chop. As we always watch those pancakes. Alright, a little bit of banana in here. Just a tiny bit of milk. Let's see how well this incorporates. We always have a tester pancake, you know what I mean? Pulse this up. Right? Thank you, Slider. Always have a banana. Alright. Now we're chopping this up dry because we don't want to mess up the ratio too bad. Just with a little bit of water. I think it's almost time to flip, guys. Let's see how this looks. Nice. Okay, flipped a little early this time. What do you guys think? It's a good looking pancake. Mine tends to be a little spotty. It's kind of tough to cook on the stove, I'm going to be honest. Alright, give it one more pulse. That looks like it's pretty decent. Knock it at the bottom. Thank you. Now, once you flip it once, you see how it popped up a little bit? I'm not sure if you could tell. But yeah, flip it back over. Let's rub it around a little bit of that brown butter. Sounds good. Flip it back around. Maybe let it sit for another second. Let's get some of this banana in here. Try to avoid the big pieces. Oh yeah, that's about all we need actually. That's about all we need. Oh yeah, what do you think about that final pancake? Decent thickness. Pretty decent thickness right there. Chantel, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I remember growing up, I would always make pancake mix for the family, even when I was a little kid. And I was known for making some good pancakes. I was also known as the Fit Kid for a good reason. Alright, let's drop some more of that pancake mix in there. Not too much now. If you get the sugar content up too high, it'll caramelize the outside of the pancakes. And they'll tend to burn a little bit easier. Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy cooking. I avoided getting a line. Oh, this is a little hot, guys. Let that cool off. I avoided getting a line cook job during the pandemic because I didn't want to end up hating what I love doing, which is, amongst other things, is cooking. Got our chocolate chips in there. All right, now that this is cooled off for a second, let's give it the break. Oh wow. Oh yeah. That actually looks really good. A little bit of a taste test here. Hmm. That sugar and the salt is blending very well with that chocolate. Right before that smokes. Oh man, thank you. Thank you for the love from the UK. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if like these breakfast pancakes became popular, or these like power pancakes became popular in the early 2000s when health was like all the rage. Health and Fitness magazine was pretty much gospel for a lot of people. Yeah, but they're fun. It's with IHOP and all that stuff here in America, I feel like breakfast is just, and the different varieties of things that you can eat, it's just such a ingrained part of American culture. Sausage and eggs, biscuits and gravy. But yeah, what do you like having for breakfast? Slider. What do y'all eat for breakfast? I don't want to call out any of the obvious ones that off the top of my head, fear of sounding stereotypical. Sounds like, from what I've seen on TV, UK breakfast is similar to, in Mexico, we eat a lot of beans and tortillas and stuff in the morning. It sounds like counterintuitive in America, but, and also I said we, like I'm Mexican, but I've only ever visited. My parents are Mexican. Alright, as soon as you see a couple bubbles, if the pan is really hot, it is time to flip. This pan is hotter than I would like it, which means the outside's going to cook, obviously faster than we would want. It's going to allow for the middle to catch up. But that one looks pretty good. If it's smoking a little much, just wave your pan around, let it cool off a few degrees. This isn't a science. And this isn't baking, guys. We're cooking. First pancake. Oh man, look! I almost feel like those chocolate chips shouldn't be that perfect. Is it a simulation, guys? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, you see how this is popping up now? As soon as my pancake rises a little bit, I like to give it the flip. And then rub the top of the pancake all over that brown butter. Both to kind of spread around the grease. And also to keep it from burning too much. We don't want that sitting in the pan too long. Yeah, we can add a new layer, right? This one looks about done too, dang. You're puffing them out. Chantel, thank you, brother. Tune in, man. I love cooking. I'm going to make a bunch of other things. I cook these pancakes for my kid. Because, she's 2. They're not that messy. She can, run around, hold them and stuff. So, yeah. I'll definitely start doing a couple more live streams. Oh, this one got a little crispy. You see the sugar makes them burn a little bit more. That's not too bad looking. Usually I'll turn them, whatever side was on the stove last, I'll turn up to the steam rises. What's my favorite thing to cook? Man, I have to throw it back to my roots. My dad, growing up, made a killer carne asada. A carne asada, the marinade would be orange and fresh lime juice to squeeze that out. Tri-tip. Or skirt steak, I believe is the arrachera, is how you say it in Spanish, but I believe in English it's a skirt steak. You always ask the butcher to trim it up for you. And then, let's see, this pan actually looks really good. If the butter doesn't immediately brown, that's a good temperature for pancakes. So you get that citrus in there, you pour a little bit of Gruyere and a little bit of Lari's seasoned salt, a little bit of seasoned salt, and let that sit for 8 hours, 4 hours, however long. Well, my dad would basically till he got drunk, and then on the grill. You know, just traditional high heat Mexican style. Well done usually would be with the skirt steak, which is kind of counterintuitive, but it really feels like it gives that marinade, just like cooks everything. You have to let it rest, obviously, but carne asada, that would be the answer. My favorite thing to cook. I'm gonna have to do that one of these days. Yeah, definitely subscribe and tune in. This weekend we're gonna be hopefully if the weather holds off. We live in the Pacific Northwest. We're gonna go to Mount Baker National Park, and maybe I'll do a little bit of outdoor cooking over a little bit of propane, or I got a new Coleman stove. It's a dual fuel. All right, let's see. Y'all eat pancakes in the morning? Traditionally, yes. So I'm still adjusting to the time change here, man. I just moved from the Midwest, and it's 3 hours earlier when I'm living now. But yeah, usually it's like a brunch, breakfast thing, although breakfast for dinner is definitely extremely common. I feel like I could have left these on just a little bit longer. What do you guys think? I think it's super hard to get pancakes that are completely tan like that. And I usually might always have like spotting. Look at this one. Let's take a look at this one right here. Decent thickness. Yes, again, hopefully this weekend, definitely we'll be out there. Maybe I can cook up a couple of my easy outdoor meals, a couple of backpacking meals. As we've gotten a little bit older, the lady doesn't like to rough it as much, but I can definitely figure out ways to get out there for sure. Man, I just love being outdoors. Alright, this pancake is done. Looks like we have about enough for one more. Oh yeah, that's a pretty decent looking pancake right there. Whew. Oh yeah. All right, give this the old wave, cool it off a couple degrees. Oh, interesting. Yeah, a little sweet treat after dinner. That makes sense. What goes into your guys' pancakes? Is it usually like I mean, for us, honestly, this is pretty rare for people to make them from scratch. Usually we do a mix, either Aunt Jemima, Bisquick does a pretty good one. On the grill? Nice. Let's see, get a paper towel here, get a little messy. You know what? I'm gonna put a little more salt in this last one, just because it has a little. Oh, I overdid it on the salt. It has a little bit of sugar. I'm gonna put this in a cup to use later. Yeah, just a little bit of salt in this one for the chocolate. A little bit of salty kind of chocolate with the maple syrup. I think that's gonna slap. The rest of that on there. Don't be afraid, just throw it on there. In the kitchen with the hiking lion. Lemon juice and sugar. Interesting. Interesting. That's giving me some lemon gelato vibes. That sounds delicious. I'm gonna have to try that actually. You know, which reminds me, I do like putting some of this Greek yogurt on some of the pancakes once in a while. Instead of using syrup, just to like incorporate some probiotics. And this is lemon cream, and it tastes a lot like lemon gelato. So it's funny that you say that, because I do love those flavor profiles. That sounds amazing. Alright, this pan's pretty hot, so this pancake's gonna be done quick. We'll split this last one open. Ooh, that is a hot pan. Let's go ahead and lift that up so it doesn't burn. Yeah, I feel like usually chocolate chips is probably our more common pairing with the pancakes. Bananas, chocolate banana pancakes is pretty common. Blueberries, we actually use blueberry pancakes are pretty common. They're pretty popular. Oh, nice. I feel like that's more the color we're looking for. A nice brownie here, a little bit lighter on this side. My pan was definitely off center. These these glass cooktops, they're so tough to work with. I'm gonna be honest. I'm so used to either having those crappy coils or a gas stove. But hey, we're making it work. We're learning. Adapt. All right, we're gonna flip this. And you see how I'm shoving all the butter to the center, and we're just gonna drop the pancake on top, get it nice and buttered. Did not use any additional butter. All right. Should we bust this one open? For the kids. Here we go. Woo, it's hot. Oh man. That's gonna be a good one too. Oh boy, let's put that down. Turn the heat off. This is the one that had a little bit more salt on it. Yes. It's very good. It's definitely very good. The saltiness, chocolate with the peanut butter. Fantastic. Thank you so much for tuning in again, guys. I'm going to try to do a lot more of these live streams. I'm going to try to pump out some real content. I've been backpacking a lot just since my last Appalachian trail failed. Kind of been in a weird slump as far as content, but I'm out of my whatever and ready to hit the streets, hit the trails, and do a lot of cooking. The UK actually have a small... No way! Yes, next time we'll do some different types of pancakes next time. How about that? We'll have a couple different types. Pancake Day. In America, there is a lot of like different days. So like Donut Day. They're more festivals though. So it'd be like International Donut Festival or International Beef Festival, or I'm trying to think, Strudel Festival, whatever you may have. But that is interesting. I'm not sure about any pancakes. I know that waffles, man. Maybe next time we'll make some waffles. That sounds so good. Sounds like the kids ready for some pancakes. Again, thanks for joining the Hiking Lion Cooking Show. You guys, subscribe, like. Thank you so much for chatting it up with me. I have no friends, so you guys are my only friends. Well, you hear the kid. It's time for me to go. Thank you so much, guys. I love you. I'll see you soon. Slider, thank you so much for chatting it up, brother. And Chantel, both of you guys, shout out. Big shout outs. Thank you for the sub, Slider. You rule. Thank you so much, Slider.